The following footage was captured by a forest ranger during his routine patrol. Multiple eyewitness accounts had previously reported unusual phenomena in this section of woods, and on this day, the ranger himself encountered something unsettling. In his footage, an unexplained figure can be seen standing among the trees. The ranger, visibly unsettled by the sighting, found no trace of anyone when he investigated the area minutes later. Some observers suggest this might be evidence of a Bigfoot encounter, while others propose different explanations. What do you think happened here that day? This footage comes to us from a security team monitoring a parking lot during their night shift. Over recent months, the location had been the site of several unexplained incidents, with witnesses reporting possible ghostly encounters. On this particular evening, even the personnel managing the CCTV surveillance system documented something unsettling.
Comes from up there. Up there. See? It's right there. Yo, what the f***, dude? Just disappears. I know I see it. Did you lose it? Yo.
Around the middle of the parking lot, a ghostly shadow suddenly appears out in the rain. The figure starts walking to the right, and you can almost even make out what appears to be legs. This is truly a humanoid shape. As we stated earlier, the parking lot is visibly empty, meaning there's no way for this to be a reflection or shadow of anyone or anything. The camera turns to keep capturing the spirit as it moves across the parking lot, and then eventually vanishes into thin air. This sighting is definitely strange. The way the spirit moves and seems to walk makes it seem to be more than a water drop or smudge on the camera. But let me know what your thoughts are on this one. The next video was shared by a couple of parents who noticed that something quite mysterious was captured on the recording of their baby camera. They didn't notice it at first, but at some point were basically forced to acknowledge that something wasn't quite normal. A strange white object appeared right next to the crib in which their little toddler was sleeping. They thought it might have been a bug at first, but in the end weren't quite sure if maybe something else was going on here. Does it look like a bug to you? The father said that it might have been one of the deceased grandparents who was visiting the kid, and maybe leaning into the picture and looking at the grandkid. Is this possible? Or was it something different? This video stems from South America and was uploaded by a concerned person. Apparently, paranormal events are nothing too unusual in this area. But what happened today was new. The person recording noticed the rocking chair in front of their home starting to move. But then there was something more unsettling that was visible in the reflection of the television. They believe that a shadow being from another dimension could have been responsible for this. Is this possible? Are we seeing a shape-shifting manifestation of something that doesn't stem from our world? Who can say? The following is a recording that occurred at a police station in Serbia around 9 p.m. at night. A woman entered the station and stated that she was being followed by somebody and that she doesn't feel safe. The police station was located just a couple of blocks away from her home. So instead of leading that stalker straight to her house, she filed a report. The officers were just filing the report about this mysterious stalker and actually thought that the woman might have been under the influence, since she stated that this person was vanishing ever so often and that they were even floating sometimes. While she was still telling her crazy story, the following occurrence was captured on one of the CCTV cameras of the station. A strange white figure can be seen floating above the ground of the police station, and nobody had an idea what was going on. Many people believe this to be the mysterious stalker that followed this woman into the police station. So, are we looking at a real ghost here, or what was going on in that hallway? The officers stated that they had never seen such a thing on their screen. Your thoughts? The following video was captured by a mother who was out with her little one to take a nice walk in the local forest. What happened then can only be described as an extremely terrifying encounter.
You say hi? No? You don't want to say hi? What was that? Where are you going? Where do you think you're going? What the hell? Hey you, come on, let's get out of here. So I'm still walking this trail and I keep hearing that same scream. Here it is again. This is so freaking crazy. I can't even imagine what it could be. Like, it's definitely not a bird or some kind of animal. What the hell? And I don't know if you guys can tell, but that definitely sounds louder. So I am pretty sure that whatever the this is getting a lot closer. Ugh. Okay, so I'm way farther down the trail and that screaming is definitely getting way louder and way closer.
The mother states that she believes that these sounds were stemming from a Wendigo or a skinwalker, and that she isn't planning on returning to these woods anytime soon. Could she be right, or was this all just an act? The following video was uploaded by user RedDirtAngler405 to the paranormal section of Reddit. Apparently, the man has set up a security camera in his living room, since he feels that pretty suspicious events are unfolding at night. He wakes up to loud noises that seem to have no explanation. One night, the camera detected movement and started recording. A dark, hazy mist can be seen flying through the room. The origins of this shadow are unclear. Some people think that it might have just been a bug flying close to a light. Others think that this is pretty unrealistic, however. What do you think? Are we being witness to a paranormal event here? Or did Angler's camera merely pick up an insect that night? We are following Hassan Barbar on a new adventure of his. He's an urban explorer and paranormal ghost hunter who likes to seek out jinns and other spirits. Tonight he will explore another abandoned building where nobody besides a couple of animals seem to set foot in anymore. After he scouts out the perimeter, he captures the first odd occurrence without even noticing.
في صوت.
No idea what that is. Nothing significant is happening for quite some time, and Hassan is exploring this area a bit further.
طبعا يا اخوان الوضع ما بطمن خاصة مع الكلب. في شو؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ايه والله العظيم في اشي يا اخوان. بسم الله. والله العظيم في اشي كان في حدا هون؟
It appears that the same figure is back, looking at them and disappearing to the right. Is it a jinn? And just a few moments later, when the figure cannot be seen anymore, a face is peeking out of the hole right behind Hassan. And then his investigation ended. Truly spooky. The following video was recorded by two young guys who were staying at a cabin close to the woods. It was found on Reddit, and apparently it is said that the guys heard some really odd noises from the outside, and it didn't sound like a bear or any kind of animal actually, which is the reason why they decided to check it out a bit further. And one of the men then starts documenting, while the other one makes it towards the noises. And maybe they came across an unexpected surprise. Let's take a look. What appears to be a tall creature is walking out of the woodworks towards the man. It has a disproportionate body, or does it? Some say they only can make out 2 very big legs and a head that is dangling on what appears to be a chest-like body part. I'm really interested in what you guys can see. Unfortunately, the clip ends abruptly, but the man fled this scene in fear. At least that's what the description said. Could it just be a costume, perhaps? Or did they come across a really creepy creature that night? Mysterious. Now we want to look at a couple of recordings that were shared by security guard Spooky App. He's working in a very old warehouse. For several months, he's documenting strange paranormal activity that is unfolding on the whole premises. He also talks about the story of a young boy who apparently drowned close to this area in the 50s, and that it is believed that his spirit is haunting this area for whatever reason.
Just doing my rounds, checking out the place. I was asked to document any spooky activity going on. I don't really know what's been happening lately, but...
The following are several videos that Spooky could record during his night shift, and it is believed that he indeed came eye to eye with that thing on several occasions.
Legend goes that back in the 50s, there was a boy named Johnny here that drowned before this building was constructed. I don't know why this light's on. It's kind of weird. Johnny? Johnny, if you're here, make a sound to show me that you're here. Oh, Jesus!
He captured something in the darkness here, but what was it? He was really spooked and didn't return to his workplace for the longest time. Until he returned, and a few weeks after that, he posted the following.
What's going on, guys? Making a video. I made the last one. Yo! Hello? Hello? What's going on? Hello?
Yeah, apparently these doors open, but let me check here. Alright, that door's clearly locked. These doors can't be opened from the outside. Yeah, let me check this door right here. This is clearly locked, see?
Now, the following video of his is really interesting. After checking one of the emergency exits, there is a loud noise coming from the top of the stairs, and it was at that point that he might have captured something really terrifying.
I'm the only one here today. Don't see anybody down there. Alright, so it's been a little quiet lately. What the? Holy shit. What's that?
Spooky believes it to be the spirit of the boy that is said to roam the building. Could this be? It certainly looks like a little boy. What's your opinion? Are we witnessing a real haunting here, or was it something else? This case has been shared by Yeti Bronzo, who states that he and a few colleagues are working the night shift in a pretty old hotel. They hear and see some pretty unsettling things in the guest rooms ever so often.
phone. No one's calling. No one's here. Everything's chilling. Yep, okay. No one here, no phone calls. I'm out. This is weird.
But even the elevator seems to inhabit some ghostly activity. Nobody was there at the time, so was this a ghost voice? One evening,
calling,
a co-worker of Yeti had captured something even more unsettling in the same room. She was just cleaning it out and preparing it for new furniture with a colleague, and nobody else was staying on this floor.
Okay.
I felt bad. How do you
Up the stairs.
I don't know, but I mean, I felt bad, but also
No, don't feel bad. It's just terrible.
Can you hold this? I'm gonna clean it real quick.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, so my sister, she graduates in 2 days, and I asked for the whole weekend off because
Here
In this corner?
the right corner.
Okay. Or in that corner. I don't know. I mean, like, I know it's super dark right now, but I feel like personally it would look better in this area. There's just too much backlight. There's like not enough good, I don't know.
That's true, but I mean, you can see if someone's trying to like break into your room. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Weirdo.
There is a dark silhouette reflecting in the mirror, which then, only seconds later, seems to have vanished. Which makes the staff believe that this room might indeed be haunted by a former resident. Spooky for sure. Imagine you find yourself alone riding a motorcycle through the forest. As you venture deeper, you become witness to scattered bones on the ground. This was the beginning of a creepy journey that Owen, a young man who enjoys adventurous motorcycle rides through mountains and forests, had to experience. It was during an afternoon, while he was riding through a forest, that he encountered the following.
This is where most people would turn around. If you turn around and you never get to see what's on the other side. That's where all the gold is waiting over there. Could be missing out what's on the other side. Hello?
Various obstacles began to hinder his path, tree trunks that, for some reason, were blocking the road. This was already pretty strange. Who would do something like this? And as Owen tried to remove the tree trunks, something odd happened. It seemed that Owen captured the cries of a person asking for help. And now it gets a bit strange. People commented that they believe this to have been the cries of a skinwalker to lure Owen towards them. This might also explain the barricaded pathway, but it's worth noting that after hearing that, Owen tried to convince himself that the sounds had been produced by a wild animal, which would be a reasonable response in my opinion. However, Owen didn't find the origin of these noises that day, and it took over a month before he returned to this area for another motorcycle adventure, and this is when the following was captured.
Oh god, bones are still here. I don't like this at all. Oh god, there's even more bones than last time. It's been a few months since I filmed the last video, because honestly I've just been too scared to come up here. Definitely a lot more overgrown than last time. I'm hoping that since it's been such a long time that I don't think anything will happen this time. I think that tree is actually gone. This road's been cleared. Looks like we've already passed it a while ago, but that tree is gone. Oh! It's just dark as hell in here. I'm probably gonna turn around soon. Oh, there's two ways. Holy dude, this trail goes on forever. It just got really quiet really fast. Yeah, that was my cue to go. That was my cue to leave.
This time, something was there, with him, just meters away from Owen, right as he arrived at the crossroads. A strange-looking creature that had noticed Owen's presence, and it seemed to stare directly at him. He decided to turn around and leave the site. What do you think this could have been? Do you believe he truly encountered a skinwalker? Let's revisit the unsettling case of Tony, who has been grappling with a persistent dark presence in his home for several years. This haunting has reached terrifying peaks. Disembodied footsteps echo through his house. Ghostly figures have been spotted, and on one frightening occasion, Tony narrowly avoided being hit by knives that seemed to be hurled through the air. Tony suspected that the entity haunting his home might be that of a child. To test his theory, he placed a ball in front of a security camera, hoping to capture any interaction with the object. The footage he collected was as disturbing as it was inconclusive. After trying every possible method to address the disturbances, the activity in Tony's home eventually subsided. However, just as things seemed to be returning to normal, subtle signs suggested that the entity might have returned.
Making the video showing you guys that this lamp behind me is moving, and I did 2 videos because it kept moving and kept moving and kept moving, and I was getting ready to shut it off because I was kind of tired of watching it move. And as soon as I went to hit the phone and turn it off, the light came on. I kid you not, I gotta look and see if I caught it. But the freaking light came on, this light right here, and it's still moving. It's been moving for a while. There's no strings on the wall, that's just the chain. And I'm not touching it.
One peculiar event involved a light fixture swinging back and forth on its own, despite no visible strings or external forces causing the motion. Tony filmed the lamp from every angle to demonstrate that there were no strings attached and that he was not manipulating it himself. The unsettling behavior of the lamp was just the beginning. In the days that followed, Tony heard what he believed were voices coming from inside the house.
See, it's a little after 3 o'clock, and I'm hearing kids outside playing. If you listen close, you can hear them. But I've been hearing what sounds like a kid in the house. I know it's probably just an echo from them. Over here, see, I can hear those kids out there. These are some masks my friend got me from Argentina. See, I can hear those kids. Let me move in here. See, you can hear them a little better. They're over behind my backyard. Let me move into the kitchen here. And you can see you can hear them out there pretty good. Somebody mowing their yard. See, that sounded like that was in here. I swear it sounds like it's coming from in here. There's nothing in the bathroom. I was just in here, so I know it's nothing in here. I swear I came down like right down there. It sounded like it came from one of the back rooms or like in the hallway or something. That was weird. What is that? You gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. You're in the house. I swear it sounded like it was in the house.
As he cautiously searched from room to room, he was startled by a disembodied voice in the kitchen. The clarity of the voice and its eerie tone left Tony shaken and speechless. Given the undeniable evidence of this voice coming from within the house, Tony is left with more questions than answers. How will he handle these renewed disturbances? Only time will tell how he will confront this persistent and unsettling presence. Now we are following the Foreman brothers once more to the housing of a supposedly haunted sheet company in Ohio. The complex was built in 1918 and was home to many of the sheet company's workers. When the company closed its doors in 1977, many of the 5,000 employees who were impacted by the sudden job loss decided to end their lives in the provided housing complexes, which many believe to be the reason for the reported paranormal sightings on the old premises. The Foreman brothers set up shop in different buildings and start their nightly investigation shortly after arriving at the scene. When Josh and Sean are investigating by themselves in one of the many derelict buildings, something quite creepy unfolds.
By the door, right next behind Sean. My name is Josh. It's like when you're inside, you don't hear anything outside. What's wrong?
What the hell did you do?
Huh?
Why did you scare me like that?
What happened?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Why were you yelling, screaming?
I wasn't.
Did you hear that? Sean was yelling, scream, scream, scream.
I never did.
Are you in this house?
Did you hear that? Dude, I swear that sounded like somebody on Josh there. I thought it was Rocky.
It is believed that maybe an imposter spirit was trying to get the team's attention, as several screams can be heard by the team at different times of the night, even when they were not in close vicinity to each other and separated in different buildings. Very strange. But what's even more is a really odd capture the team could come up with when interviewing one of the project leaders, Timothy.
I for sure have absolutely seen the other side reach out to me.
It would appear like an apparition is making its way through the background, and it certainly wasn't easy to see at the time. But how else could we explain this? It does look like a torso though, doesn't it? Maybe one of the lost souls that is still roaming the old factory property. Who can say? The following video was uploaded by a young man who loves to capture departing and arriving trains. One of his favorite spots is an older bridge from where he can oversee the entirety of the train tracks, and therefore can capture some really great footage. Interestingly enough, this area is said to be home to several strange events. Legends speak of a ghost train that can be seen ever so often as it's making its way through the area. The following night, the man saw an extremely bright light at the end of the tracks and started recording in anticipation. The lights suddenly vanish, and there's no train coming towards his direction. But as weird as this is, there was something else going on the train tracks. Did the man also capture two of the spirits that are said to roam the area at night? Apparently, there have been several unfortunate accidents over the last decades, making many of his viewers believe that this actually were two of these eternal visitors. Hard to say what transpired here that night, but it's certainly very mysterious. The following recordings stem from CCTV cameras, and originally nobody saw anything strange. It was on second glance that security guards at two different locations noticed that something seemed off. And they should not be the only people that noticed that there seemed to be something going on that might not have been fully explainable. It was originally discovered by a security guard that realized that something really strange was going on. Apparently there was a child standing on the parking lot when a car arrives, and then the weirdness begins. It is suddenly gone, vanished into thin air. And it appears that we can see it here the first time. And the driver must have seen it too, because he couldn't believe his eyes. He actually gets out of the car and gives it a second look. He wants to know where that kid went, but he's without luck. Now, what happened here? Was it the spirit of a child that was just standing there? If it was a real person, how could he just vanish? There's so much weird stuff going on in that video, I really don't know what's up with that. The following account comes from Eric, a night security guard who reports an increasingly concerning situation. After his recent shifts, he has experienced a distinct and troubling sensation. The feeling that something malevolent has followed him from his workplace to his residence. This unseen presence, he believes, carries distinctly sinister characteristics. What makes all of it even stranger is that somehow the power was off. No light switch was working anymore. So, what to do? He starts making his way downstairs and to explore the house for these odd noises he had heard.
Me choca ese teléfono. Porque nunca había mostrado mi casa, que es donde reciente me mudé. Hasta miedo me da gritar hola. Se los juro que se escuchaban ruidos. Obviamente ya reconozco los sonidos de la casa y se escuchaban ruidos. Esto es lo que yo escuché que se sonaban. Es todo este pedazo. ¡Ay, cabrón!
At some point, there seems to be somebody peeking out of a room. He believes it to be the face of a lady. Strange. Maybe an intruder that made it into the house. We can't find anybody in this home though. So is it safe to assume that this person made it out of the house after this scare? Or was something else unfolding that night?